What's up? What's up? Hold on a second. We gotta get something here. Aha. Tripod. I know I should have done this before. There we go. And you gotta do the thing. There we go. Oh. There we go. Tripods are hard. Let's see here. There we go. Hey, we have an angle. You gotta have an angle on the situation. So let's put you there. What's up, Big Rig CEO? I'll do shout outs here in a second here. There we go. I don't want to look at my mess. So, got the coffee filters, right? Studying for the hazmat test this weekend. I don't miss that at all. You gotta do it every 3 years. Yeah. Now, it says that, but it's not really that kind of coffee. I'm just using the can. I've already got the water in there. Now I'm at this Pilot Flying J, right? Well, Flying J. Like, gee, Steve, just go and get a cup of coffee there. It's raining. I don't want to go out in the rain. I'll go out in the rain when I do my pre-trip. So, we're not going to be one of those guys that has been in that clogs up Fuel Island just to get a cup of coffee because it's raining. We don't want to be that guy. Not that there's anything wrong with being that guy. We've all been that guy. But I just don't want to do that. With these ELDs, you can't just like creep up there. Got everybody else that does live feeds when they eat. Why not do that when I am making coffee? Why? There we go. So we got the coffee brewing. And we'll chat while we're getting it brewing there. Let's see, let's do some shout outs. All right. We've got Salty Pirate, Juan, and Roy all claiming their first coffee debate. There is no coffee debate other than you need it. Gary, what's up? Scott, how's it going? Pale Rider in the house. Bandana, Big Rig CEO, Trucker for Life. Good morning, sir. Russ Maynard. How you doing, Russ, man? You've been posting a lot on Facebook, man, which is cool. I like your posts. I hope all is well with your new carrier authority that you've been on for, what, almost a year now? What do you win for being the first Dolores Snorer? Well, if you're at the Flying J, and thank you, Mandana. That was just me kind of pulling around. I wasn't even really being that serious. Matt, what's up? Brian Garner. Matt Keeley, what's up? Wow, it has been a year. There you go. I pay attention sometimes. I've been kind of using a method that you told me you used when you first got your authority, as far as like just picking a broker and having them almost dispatch you. Second set of eyes is kind of how I'm using this broker, and it's worked. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges of working the spot market. You know, taking a break from this Iowa ice. Yeah, Matt, I hear you there, man. It's like 40 degrees here, and supposed to get down to 17 tonight in this area. I think I'll be south of this. Actually, no, I'm going to be north of this. But I think that cold is like dipping like St. Louis to Michigan, and then it's not coming down to Ohio where I'm going to be at. So I pick up a load late today in Illinois, and I take it to north of Columbus there. And it's funny, the broker I've been using, he's like, hey, I got this load to Wisconsin. I'm like, so? I'm not going to Wisconsin. I'm not dealing with 15 below zero temps again. Been there, done that. Got the repair bill to show for it. I'll be right back. So I'll talk. I'm just dumping my old coffee out, rinsing the cup out, and so we watched the debate last night. Watched the debate last night on Jake Cannell's channel, and it was pretty interesting. I hope we all learn from it. I know I did. And I talked to Spectre. You know, he's a good dude. And Jake Cannell moderating it made it, you know, where there wasn't any arguing or shouting matches, which is good. Need more debates like that. I haven't seen the State of the Union address yet that the president did. I'd like to see it though. Or at least hear it. The end result is that we all have to make adjustments. I know I've made mine. And the only way that you can stay home a lot in a down market is if you prepared for it. And that's the disadvantage of all us new spot market people, is we knew about Januaries and the August, you know, but there were other downturns in the market that we did not anticipate. Luckily, I didn't go out and buy new cars and crap like that, or else I'd be screwed. When I was welding for a boat company, and they would do these mass amounts of overtime. The guys would budget their stuff based off of that. And then when the overtime stopped, they lost their arse. But let's talk about something more important. Coffee. This cost, I want to say $10. It's a regular plug-in. There's the outlet, right? Big Rig CEO. They're very inexpensive. And all you gotta do is brew 3 cups or 4 cups. It pays for itself. Saving money. Think about this. if you get a cup of coffee a day, which is about $2, most truck stop chains, right? You might find like a casino truck stop or a mom and pop that's where it's $1, but let's call it $2, right? And if you get a coffee every day while you're out, that's 7 days, that's $14 a week. Steve's going to do something hard now. He's going to do math. 14 times 4 weeks in a year, that's $56 a month, times 12, that's $672. Do you believe that? Now, in the owner-operator world, that may not seem a lot, but that's 2 PMs. That's half of a knock sensor replacement. That's a low board subscription. And the coffee maker, dun, 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 is tax writable. Because it's something for the truck, right? Little tiny things that makes you money. Cutting cost here, cutting cost there. And a loss of load that freezes up. Remember the good old days when Snowler made the spoof video of people doing what he's doing? Juan, you caught that, right? Yeah, good old days when I've always said that I've become my own parody. So it's not like I don't admit that. CPAP, what's up? It's a lot of tacos. It is a lot of tacos. If you eat that kind of thing. We do not eat tacos anymore. We eat fajita meat. If you go to a Mexican restaurant, you order the steak rancheros. There, you want to see me pour the coffee? I got a little bit left. It is. This stuff's pretty strong. I got that Black Rifle coffee. I got the Thin Blue Line, the Cop one. Cop's like strong coffee. Maybe that's why a lot of them are irritated all the time. I'm going to show you how to make keto coffee. Pale Rider's gonna cringe. Pale Rider's gonna be like, disown me. Boink. Now it's keto coffee. You don't need all that fancy crap. What is the purpose of keto coffee, Mr. Allington? The fat and the heavy whipping cream, and I don't. Keeps you satiated. In other words, you don't get hungry. Your body still has something to grab from. Just done a couple of videos about it. Man, it tastes good. Way better than Pilot. You know, Flying J, Pilot, whatever, they call themselves the best coffee on the internet, or on the interstate on the internet. That's dumb. You notice that's trademarked, so it's not an opinion, that's just trademarking something. I can't stay too long. I gotta get rolling. I got a 7:45 appointment. gotta start pre-trip here in a little bit. But I thought I'd just get on here and talk a little bit about absolutely nothing. Did you guys watch the debate? What'd you think of it? It just shows you the spirit that Spectre has on adapt and overcome. And this all stemmed from him trying to pep talk Trucker's coach. Like, hey man, you can do this, right? A lot of us are focusing on a lot of negative things. You know, have you ever met one of those religious types that thinks that Revelation is just around the corner, you know? There's a show on National Geographic with Morgan Freeman. They talked about that, the psychology of thinking that the worst is yet to come, right? And there's like there's a psychological aspect. If you think the world's going to end, or if you think your industry's going to end, you know, and think about all the topics that we talked about in trucking. Autonomous trucks are going to end the trucking industry. You know, the economy is going to collapse. You know, it's like some of us are always fighting a constant war. And to me, that's misfocused energy. You know, take the energy and okay, so if you feel autonomous trucks are going to take over the industry, how do you combat that? Well, there's no way to combat it. Okay, well then why even bring it up, right? If the rates go down, have a plan in place for what's the worst case scenario. What do I have to sell to be able to get my costs down? You know, do I have to sell a car at home? Do I have to downsize things at home? Do I need to drop some expenses in the truck? You know, are the things that I could do better as far as where I run and how I run, you know? Or do you feel hopeless because you think the rates are coming way down and that there's no way to survive it? Well, tell you what, man, there's a lot of trucks out here. I don't know if you guys noticed that. There's a lot of trucks, a lot of carriers. And not all of them, believe it or not all of them joined up in 2017 when the rates were hot. A lot of them were formed like 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And guess what? They're still here. Mega carriers. How many recessions have they survived? You know, Trucking Review Channel talk about how he survived a recession. Because he had to start off in a recession. And guess what? So did I. So it's interesting to see different perspectives on the whole topic. You know, like on Facebook, you know, you got a lot of the doom and gloom, and you got all the people that are like, this is normal, dude. It's January, it's February. And as of the 26th of February, I'll be here 1 year. And now I can look at the trends that happened. Now I can know that where the dips and highs were, you know. Because I kept track of all that. I've got it in my notebook. I can look at my notebook and say, okay, in May, I struggled a little bit on the rates, but in June, I had the highest grossing month I've had. Why was that? Was it the rates, or was it because of how I ran? And I'm figuring out that anywhere that I've struggled, it's not because of the rates, it's because of where I ran and how I ran. All my struggling has been because of me. I'm willing to admit that. I'm willing to work on that. Coffee in the morning is a good time to reflect. Russ Maynard talked about that on his Facebook page. That sometimes, you know, you do a daily meditation with a cup of coffee in the morning. And I decided I'd share that experience with you. Now, I've got 2 loads after this one that pay well above the national average. Why? Because my broker takes care of me and I take care of them. Relationships, they get you through the tough times. Are their rates down? Yeah, they're down. They're down. I don't have this misconception that they're not down, but again, it's February. My costs are lower than some others, so I'm not sweating it. Vasily is watching. Well, Vasily, you can send me a pack of your coffee and I'll review it. My 2500 watt inverter will not run my Starbucks espresso maker. Yeah, coffee makers are weird, man. My old inverter in my other truck, I had to run the truck while making coffee. This is all through the carrier. All right, Moonflea, thank you. TJ, what's up? Jesse's back. But anyways, guys, it's 7 o'clock or close to it. I got to end this live feed and get to work. Want to show up early at the customer, but not too early because we don't want to start clock too early. And then we got plenty of time for our pickup in west of here, or no, east of here. God, I have no direction, no sense of direction. How can you be a truck driver with no sense of direction? Gosh. Anyways, thanks for this morning chat. And you guys take it easy. Be safe. And I don't have anything enlightening to say. You know, I'll just mention this. Do you guys remember that poster, the original meme, where it has this little tiny cute kitten hanging on to this tree branch, right? And it says, "Hang in there." That's all it is. That's all life is that picture. We're all just a bunch of cute kittens hanging on the tree branch, hanging on for dear life.